everyone. This is Lorraine with BJK University, and I have a special guest with me today. One of our students, her name is Martha, and she's been doing some amazing things here at BJK University. She joined us in last year of October, did her first launch somewhere around February, and she's just been crushing it like gangbusters. Hi, Martha. How you doing today?
Hey, thanks, Lorraine.
You're welcome. And it's nice to see you. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. And everybody out here is going to appreciate, hearing your story too on how you got started and what got you rocking and rolling, what motivated the heck out of you to keep going. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what was it like before joining BJK University? What was, we all have that why. Why are we looking? Why are we looking? Even if we're successful in our business and we love what we do, sometimes there's always something that's gnawing at us, So what was it like before? What were you doing before?
Well, what I was doing before, I'm still doing now, right? So I still have my job. And I do like my job, by the way. I really like it. I'm really good at it. I work for for an IT company, and like I said, I'm really good at it, and I'm doing really well there. So my husband and I were actually, thanks God, we're very stable. But we just wanted to try to see if we can get a little bit more income so we can support our families that are not here. So both my husband and I are from Venezuela, and we have our families in Venezuela, right? So we needed an extra more to help our families there, right? Just to be more comfortable. And we can do sacrifices here, but we also have two sons here in the States. And we want to help everyone, right? So we want to live here good, and we also want to help our families there. So that's why we're trying to find something else to do, right? That we still have our jobs, right? Because we like what we do, we are good at it, and we have a career. I mean, both of us, we really like our careers, and we are looking forward to growing that as well, right? But at the same time, right now, we needed to find that extra income that allows us to help our families there.
That's wonderful. One of the biggest motivations is family and helping and
Yes.
giving back. It does make us feel good inside because, generally that's what we're kind of supposed to do is help one another, love one another and help one another. Makes the
Yes.
world a better place. And I love what you're doing. That's amazing. So as you can hear in the background, our lovely Martha has a beautiful 3-month-old baby.
Yes,
And
let me
this
just
is a
quickly check
huge
on him.
why. Absolutely. Oh, 3 months old.
Yes.
I love little people.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, and they may edit this out. Now they will because I mentioned it. But maybe they won't because this is all live and we're talking just like everyday life.
Yes, we're
And
keeping it
so
real.
absolutely. So when you were, you love what you do and you want to build more for your financial stability and be able to help others too. So what was that moment when, we're looking, and then it's like, okay, enough. We really got to do something. What was that moment that kind of triggered you?
Uh, I think it was not just one moment, right? We have been always thinking about that. Um, I mean, when you come to this country, right, people that again are not from here, like you come to this country just looking for stability, right, to grow yourself in many areas. So we have always had like our plan, right? So our plan, we came here to study, right? I had my MBA, and my focus was or is my career. And then once you find that stability, right, just you think, okay, now it's time to take the next step, which is how you can help your family, right? How you can do that once you are stable, right? So I think it has, the moment maybe was when we realized, well, we're doing well, we have our jobs, we have our family here, we're good. But now if we want to help, what we can do, right? So that's how basically we start. It wasn't actually me, it was my husband who found Bashar on Instagram. Right? So I focus on that because I have always been very good at selling for some reason. And my husband also tried something else, right? So at the same time, we were trying, okay, let's see what, what worked out, why turn out good. So the Amazon thing with Bashar turned out really good.
That's good. I like that. So Bashar has a lot of things that are up on Instagram and some things on YouTube, and he's doing some great podcasts, to see if, reach out to other people who are having that big why, and they want to start their own business, just don't know how to get started and don't know who to trust. I mean, what was it about Bashar and his videos that, your husband started watching him and then you started watching and listening, and what was it about that made you feel like, this is the program to continue with?
Yeah. Well, first of all, when my husband talked to me and about Amazon, I'm like, I'm in because I buy everything from Amazon, right? So I cannot do something that I don't believe.
Exactly.
So I'm like, yes, I mean, let's do Amazon. I buy everything there. So, whatever we do, I think is going to turn out to be good. And then my husband, so he sent me Bashar and he sent me another guys as well. So I interviewed both of them, right? So I had an interview with Mohammed from Bashar's team, and then another guy from that other company. But the other company, I didn't like them because once I think you mentioned that at the beginning. I don't remember if you were recording this, but you have to put the job and you have to work right on that one.
Hmm.
So he was selling something differently, like they will do everything for you. The I didn't like the way that he was selling the program per se, right? I think they were just with an attitude saying like they know everything. And I just, the energy, I'm kind of like an energy kind of girl. Like I need to feel that you really care about me or you really care about what you're selling, right? Things like that. And I didn't feel that. Oh, also he was pressuring me to take a decision right now. Like I'm not ready, right? I mean, I need to interview, I need to do my investigation, I need to sleep on it, right? Like even when you are trying to find a product, right? So you may think that you find the product today, right? And then you sleep on it, you review everything next day and you change your mind. So I'm a very impulsive person. So I have learned myself that I need to think about it, right? A little bit. So even when I can make a decision right now, I know I have to wait and then rethink everything. And maybe I will change my mind, right? So I didn't feel when I had the interview with Mohammed, he was very nice. He was very open. He answered all my questions. He didn't pressure me. And I like the structure of the program, right? I like that you have access to a bunch of webinars, a bunch of information, is always getting better and better. So all that proposition I like, and that's what, I joined the program.
That's great. And there is a lot of information here.
A lot.
That is for sure. And so when you join BJKU University, there's generally, as we're going through life, there's always, when we're looking for something, we're trying to solve a problem. What problem was BJK University able to solve for you?
Well, honestly, like I said before, I think we were stable, right? I
Hmm.
mean, and I don't think that we were having a specific problem, right? I
Hmm.
think it was more about the next step in our life. Okay, and the next step now that we are stable was we need a little bit of more income, right, to be able to help our families there without sacrificing what we have here, right? Because like I said, we have two sons, so we have to save for college, right? And college here in
Yes.
the States is very expensive.
Hmm.
So we have a mortgage, right? We have a nice house, but we have to pay the mortgage. We have a new car. We have things like that. So again, we didn't want to make sacrifices in our current life, but we wanted to help our families. So it was more about the next step or the outcome more than a problem per se that we were trying to solve.
That's great. And because now it shows that there's many facets to the people that we help and,
Mm-hmm.
that we work with here and that we partner with here at BJK University. It's not just for, okay, I don't like my job and I need something new. A lot of times we have a lot of professionals here. And sometimes we have people who already have their Amazon store already up and running, but just don't know how to do it and need the guidance. And so that's why we find that mentorship is so key
Yes.
in what, how you run your business. You always want to have somebody who knows more than you do. Otherwise, you're never going
Agree.
to learn. So, what was the difference from like before you joined to now?
So I think is the about when you do this because it's your own business, is the gratification, does that word exist?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay. So is I think is that is really nice, right? When you put a lot of work on something and then it turned out really well. And I think even when that getting that satisfaction, perhaps when you are doing your current job, working for a company, is
Hmm.
not likely the same, right? So I would say that having that feeling and is just really nice, right? Just be able that that you did it with all the resources, of course, that that you get from the program. But it's I think having that feeling is really nice because you don't always get that when you're doing your when you're working for another company that is not your company. So that's nice.
That's good. And you've been here for a little while now and you see how everything works and you really have an inside track on how everything works here at BJK University with the community and the coaches and the webinars and the information. So what would you tell somebody who was, kind of sitting on the fence and thinking about joining BJK University, but I don't know, maybe I need to check it out more. I'm not sure. I mean, what would you tell them?
Well, I think as the first thing is you do have to do your part of the work here, right? And that's also something that I like it. Um, but you have all the resources, right? And um, if I think it will save time, because I mean I'm one of those people that I do everything myself, right? I will go and find the information, but at this point in my life where I don't have the time to go there and find everything by myself, right? So I have my family, right? I have my job. So if you join the program, right, you will get access to all those resources, all that information that it is right away, right? So you are able to take action right away. So if you want to, launch your product in, I don't know, maybe a 3-month time frame, I don't know, that to me is fast, right? It took me like 2 months to find my first product and longer to find the second one, right?
Hmm.
um, you have all the resources that you need to do it, right, in the time frame that I think is acceptable, and you just have to take advantage of that. I Another thing that I really like about the program is that it is always I mean, you proactively update the information. So I'm getting right now, once you start doing this business, you start getting issues as well with Amazon, right? So I have my brand. So I did my brand registry, and now I'm getting some issues because every time that I create a new listing, so they have to validate my brand with my UPC and all that. So I was having this issue, and I just went to the group, right, and I searched for that, and there is a video talking about that, how you resolve it and things like that, with all the resources. This is the template, this is what you have to do, open the case, you have all the information there. So that saves you a lot of time, right? So I think if whoever is out there and still thinking about it, if you have, I mean, even if 2 hours a day, which is what I did, right? You just have to put the time, and then the program will give you all the resources. You just have to take advantage of that.
So would you recommend BJK University to those that are out there listening?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Yay.
And that once you start getting some traction on Amazon, people start asking about that, right? And I always say, like, yes, I mean, I joined this program, right, and I like them. I always recommend them. I don't know if I never follow up or anything, right? So I just don't know what people do, but I if it's something that I always say, like I like the program, and I do recommend them. I mean, if they want to take this seriously, I think it's a good investment. Definitely. I agree.
That's great. And then, all of us here are, we want to help as many people as possible. So if you ever find somebody, reach out to one of the coaches, and then, we'll help them. And if they want to, and we always expect people to do their due diligence. Always. Always. I even told Bashar I investigated you before I joined, but then 2 days later I was already in. I was rocking it. I was ready to go. Yeah. So but what's the best part that you find the best part out of the whole program, everything that's within? What is the best part that you find personally that you like the most?
The collaboration piece, definitely. I love the collaboration piece, the good energy in the group, because we are all looking for the same thing. We're all there to make money, right?
Mhm.
And we are all competitors in a way, because we are selling on the same marketplace and on Amazon. But even though I feel the good energy, I feel like everyone is trying to, you know. How you can say that, hey, I mean, if someone is doing good, I will be happy for you, right? So
Mhm.
uh, all that energy, you can feel it. I like that Bashar promote that in the group, right? I didn't feel, when I had the other interview, I didn't feel the other guys were like that, right? I don't feel that, I don't think they care about you in that way. I do feel that this is different here in BJK University.
Thank you. I love that. And last question for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your experience here? And be
10.
honest. Oh,
No,
yay.
honestly, 10. Um there is nothing wrong that I can say per se, right? I mean, I think uh I also, another thing that I like is that the videos are getting better and better, right? So I joined the program a year ago, but sometimes I have to rewatch some of the videos because I don't remember some things. I want to, hey, what did Bashar said about this and that, right? Things like that. And I find that there is a new video on that, right? With better information, most updated. So I think that's very important, right? And that's what I like, because Amazon is always evolving. So
Mhm.
that's necessary, right? You don't want to buy something, I mean, buy a program and then pretend that the same content is going to be valid forever. That's not going to happen. I mean, I think Amazon is changing stuff like every day,
All the
honestly.
time.
All the time, yes. So yeah, I mean, once you are there, once you are selling, you start noticing those things that perhaps for you were not important before, but now
Mhm.
you're selling. Hey, you want to know exactly what is happening right now, and you get that type of information from the program, definitely.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you so much for joining us here today and giving us your experience with BJK University. I know Bashar will love to watch this, and the students would love to hear from you too. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and we'll be seeing Martha again because I do have an open spot over here for an upcoming award.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, and aloha, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye.